Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Matt. This is kind of like in a way a deck profile, but it isn't. But I'm gonna start this new segment on my channel called what this called? The series is called. It's called Crash Course. So I have a deck in front of you that I've been playing with, and if you want to try it out, this is this is kind of essentially kind of a baseline on how to play this deck. Although that there's like a bunch of flows, lines, and ways to play a certain deck. I'm gonna show you some of the beginner strategies, or the first steps you can take to kind of like get the hang of the deck. So let's get started. As you already know, this is episode 1, and I'm gonna teach you how to play Red Hybrid. This is a deck I've been really liking to play just because it matches like the play style that I really prefer, which is hitting hard, going big, going home type of decks. And yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to use this deck. And honestly, this deck isn't too complicated, but like if you're a beginner, I do recommend this deck because it's a kind of a majorly monocolored deck, so you don't have to worry about what colors are on like the field or inside your deck. So yeah, use this deck first. Without further ado, let's begin. Because this is a hybrid deck, the very first thing you want to do is always play your tamers. This is like the best course of setup for anything like hybrid related, because these two is what you make your kind of big plays with. This is kind of your main kind of control, your main kind of way to get your power plays on the field. Like this effect, you get the 5 hybrids from the trash bin into this one, drop the Emperor Gray on the field, because that's your kind of big play right there. This one is really good too, because 1, it's a memory setter, and 2, because of its ESS, if the Digimon checks security, you gain 2 memory, so you can do a lot of great kind of startup hybrid plays with that as well. Next up, searching. These two are really good searchers because this one helps you get the tamers in your deck, and this one does the exact same thing. You want to mainly play these two on the field because they don't have an ESS to give to your kind of like Agunimons or Burning Greymons to boost them up to that 10k sweet spot, that's what this deck kind of revolves. 10,000 more DP or like more, so you can get those big swings in. So you have to play these two, just hard drop them on the field so you can get your necessary parts to your hand to victory. This one you also want to make stay on the field as best as possible, and also baits out the option cards that kill the little guys. So this guy's pretty useful. Because this one also has the ability where when one of your tamers digivolve, that includes the kind of like the Takuya effect. When you get the 5 hybrids under, you gain 2 memory, which is free resource and like free plus. The next strategy is with this card. What's more necessary is that this card's pretty flexible as well, where you can digivolve it in the raising area, because this has an ESS where it can give somebody plus 2k, and or you can hard drop it on the field. Let's say you want to, and then like after that discard to draw 2. You can do that for this card, so you can draw 2, so you can draw into the pieces that you need. So that's what you can do with this card. Okay, so this Flamemon's a little different because although you can drop it on a field and activate the search, you'll benefit more because of its ESS. Its ESS reads, on deletion, you can play 1 Takuya from your hand. And once you digivolve in the raising area, you play the Agunimon. So once you do that, you can swing against security. And then if this guy dies, that's how you net a lot of the advantage. So usually with Digimon effects, you can go all the way up or all the way down. So we're gonna go all the way up. So first you go Yokomon effect. If you have a tamer existing already on the field, that's why you want to activate the tamers, so you can activate like the effects bestly. And this one, you draw 1, so that's plus 1. Then this Flamemon's ESS, where you can play a Takuya from your hand, plus 2. And then with this effect of the Agunimon, when this guy's deleted, you can play 1 Flamemon from your hand. So you can either play this, That's now +2 if you can get both Takuya and a hybrid. Or plus play this, discard 1, draw 2, which is still a +1. So essentially, when this guy dies with this kind of combo, you get +1, +2, +3, either +4 or +5 depending on the situation. So you net more resources to your hand. This is like, you can hard drop this on the field, but it's more beneficial for you to digivolve into this particular Agunimon on the field. You can also digivolve into the Burning Greymon as well, but this is kind of your main play for more consistency in the deck. Next up is the Burning Greymons of the deck. These guys still play an integral role. Next up is this Burning Greymon right here. What you want to do with this particular Burning Greymon is you can attack with it too. So what you can do is digivolve with Takuya, then digivolve Burning Greymon over it. When it has the effect of when digivolving, it'll gain 2k, and then this Takuya will give it 2k, putting him now at 10k. So with this particular 3-cost Takuya, it'll give 2k, and if it has now at that 10k sweet spot, it can now do 2 security checks, and 10k with 2 checks is quite a bit. You can also use this Takuya right here, the new one that came in BT12, digivolve that over, and now it can you can attack 1 check and gain 2 memory, and it'll survive still. So you can do that as well. What some people do is that they will play either 1 or 2 burning Atomic Infernos. So now it's at 13k with 2 checks. So 13k at 3 checks if you have this Takuya under. So if you have this Takuya under it, this 3-cost Takuya, if you have it under here, it's now at, and then you play like, let's say 1 Burning Inferno, that's 13k 2 checks. That's a lot of DP, and or 13k 3 checks. Either or, that's a lot of damage either in the mid to like even late game. So this is a very useful card to like just straight up attack with, but you can also use it to give somebody 10k DP. Now we're gonna move on to these 2 cards in this card of deck, Aldemon. Mainly you want him to be in the trash bin, so you can use this to activate his effect to go into the big play, which is the Emperor Greymon. But from BT7 they introduced these kind of unique kind of level 5s, where if there's a Digimon with a Tamer card under it, you can digivolve it by decreasing the number by 2, making this a 1-cost. That's what you want to do on the field. Digivolving up from Rookie to Champion to Ultimate right here is very suboptimal for this deck. So what you want to do is either when there's already a hybrid on top, you can digivolve it there, then go in using the remaining memory to go into either this Emperor Greymon to control the field, or to get some attacks in, you digivolve into this. You want to mainly do that with this particular Digimon. But the best course of action is to actually have this in the grave, so either if it's hide in security and hit the grave, then to activate this Takuya to go into your bigger plays, because it has an extremely powerful ESS where it's pretty much a delicate plan, so pretty much option cards don't activate, so that stops a lot of decks like security control. You can also digivolve over this from a level 4 already, so you can have its effect when digivolving. It can be now at 12k, and then now it's going to be at 14k, so you can 14k gain 2 memory if it gain 2 memory on a security check, or attack over here 12k, 14k, and 14k with 2 checks, which it can do a lot of damage. Now we're moving on to kind of the biggest plays of the deck that this deck is known for its high octane offense. What you want to do is to mainly use this Takuya right here. That is your game winning plan. So pretty much what you do, its effect is you want to put 5 hybrids under this to digivolve mainly into this Emperor Greymon right here, because his effect is you got an extra check, and also if this Digimon has it can kill a guy that's 6K or less. Or if it has a red tamer, which is going to be this one, you can delete a Digimon that has equal or less DP. Most likely it's going to be less. So you can even destroy level 7s like Omnimon or Chaosmon if somebody plays that. Quartzmon is still running around. So what you do is you have this guy first. You can put 5. So you get this guy. Then you can put Agunimon. Then let's say even Burning Greymon under here. And then you got a couple Flaremons running around, so you can also have this. And then let's say you can have this. This is the most highest and optimal stack. So what you do now is put all of these like Flamemon, Burning Greymon, Agunimon right under here. And then Digivolve into the Emperor Greymon. Now it gets 2k from its own, so now it's at 13k. And now it gets another 2k, so it's now at 15k. And it gets another 2k right here. Now it's at 17k. And you can stack this, stack how much you want, multiple copies into this big guy right here. So with 17k damage, there's a lot of Digimon. Even like Shoutmon Superior Mode, if it's still chilling on the field, it will be deleted by this guy. This is why this deck, you don't really need the level 7s, because this guy is your level 7. And you can swing 17k with 2 checks, or 3 checks with this guy. That's a lot of damage. That's your biggest play with this card right here. And with the other ESS, like the Aldemon, you're shutting down like option cards. They can't come out. And then you got the on deletion. You can play another Takuya from your hand if you already have one in your hand. This guy also has the on deletion effect, where you can play 1 Takuya from your hand as well. You can do the same kind of setup, 5 hybrids under, and then drop this particular Emperor Greymon. Swing at security either because it has Blitz against another Digimon, or just like, you know, Blitz for game. You can do it that way with this particular one. It has a unique effect where, like, if this Digimon is blocked, then you can gain 1 memory for each Digivolution card with hybrid in its trait. So you can gain like almost up to 5 memory, so you can keep running your plays in. And yeah, that's simply what you do with this. You don't run too many copies. I only run 2 because your bigger play is with the new BT12 Emperor Greymon. Next up is a little bit focused on the option cards. So you just play Atomic Inferno, as I mentioned in my other strategies with Burning Greymon and you know, Emperor Greymon, just to add more security checks, add more DP so you can be stronger against your opponent. And I do play the Gravity Crush in this deck as well, just to gain some memory so you can like win. That's all there is to it. And finally, with this deck, as famous with hybrids, if you have that last hit in so you can secure your victory, just Digivolve over a Tamer and then go hybrid for victory. Although that this deck is pretty cookie cutter on what you can put in and put out, like some people put Fire Drake, I think, that option card so you can do more deletion on the field. Some people put like Crimson Blaze so they can stop, if their locals have a lot of either hunters or a lot of like cross hearts in their locals, they will put that in to stop, like, you know, the summoning a Digimon. Some people even like tech into Solarmon if there's a heavy amount of cross mechanics in their locals, or even have Gaia Forces because it's just a solid way of deletion. That's all personal choice to the deck. And yeah, that's all the tips, strategies, and advice that I have for this deck. You can also find out a bunch of cooler plays on your own against the other decks in the meta. But for now, I will see you again.